It's that time of the day for the law and you, and joining us today we have two of the area's premier attorneys, Molly Clark and Greg Fellerman, are back again. Hi guys.
Hi, how are you?
I am great. I'm so happy you're here. You're always so insightful and helpful to our viewers. So let's get to this question submitted by a viewer online. This comes from Carl in Plains. Carl is asking, I have been living in my apartment for 5 years and have always paid my rent on time. I recently lost my job and cannot make the rent. Can my landlord just evict me? Sticky situation for Carl there. Molly, what do you think?
Yeah, it is. Carl, the short answer to that question is yes. You can be evicted. However, it's not that simple. They can't just come to your door and say, okay, you're out. There's a whole process. There's a landlord-tenant law. It's very specific to this situation. They have to post it. You get time to go to court and be heard as to why you're not paying the rent. You can try to work it out amicably, but ultimately, the answer is yes. You can be evicted for not paying your rent. You'll want to take a look at your lease and see if there's any other things that you could do, if there's any other clauses in the lease that you might be able to get out of the situation. But ultimately, you can be evicted for not paying your rent for sure.
Yeah, but in these situations, it's very important to communicate with your landlord. Let them know you're having financial difficulties. Check your lease. Make sure it has, if it has a provision, it says waiver of notice to quit, then they don't have to post it. If it's not in that lease, then they do have to post it. So make sure you take a look at your lease. Let your landlord know. Most landlords understand this happens, but in the context of under the law, they should start moving the eviction process forward, because for them not to receive their rent, they're losing money, and they have to follow all the steps, which include going to the magistrate. Those decisions from the district judge, magistrate can be appealed. So it does take some time. So we also advise the landlords, hey, if you're, don't get behind the 8 ball waiting too long, because you may have someone occupying your apartment and not paying rent for quite some time if you sit on your rights. Yeah.
All right. Attorneys Greg Fellerman and Molly Clark, thank you so much for your time. If you have more questions for them, give them a call, find them online, or submit your questions at pahomepage.com.